Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. I am the Chief Executive of Necton, and I'm delighted to welcome and to thank you so much for joining us for this briefing on the Ocean Super Year. We're delighted to be joined by two ocean statesmen. President Faure and Ambassador Thomson will be sharing their thoughts and insights on the opportunities and challenges in the year ahead, in what is being billed as the Ocean Super Year. Decisions will be made this year that will define the future of our ocean and our planet for decades to come. President Faure, the virtual floor, so to speak, is yours.
Yes, good morning, good afternoon. It is with great honor that I address you from one of the smallest countries in the world that has continuously strived to give the ocean the limelight it deserves. And today we have been given a voice to share our experiences. We started off on the simple premise that if we save the ocean, we also save the planet. Therefore, the ocean is everybody's business. What we want is a healthy ocean. For a healthy ocean is the foundation of vibrant economies. The world is going through difficult times. And as we talk about sustainable development, there is an urgent global need to position the ocean at the heart of a transition to sustainable finance. Seychelles' economy is dependent on her marine space with two pillars being tourism and fisheries. And we need to get it right, as it was our very lives on the line. Seychelles has not been spared the impacts of the pandemic, which has been catastrophic to our tourism industry, causing our economy to take severe setbacks. But we plan to face the future by pioneering our blue economy principles. Keeping ocean healthy as the baseline, Seychelles is investigating the potential for emerging industries and sourcing better deals for our fish and marine products. Seychelles has developed and issued a sovereign blue bond valued at $15 million. The proceeds of these bonds are channeled to our development bank to provide businesses with loans and through the independent trust set up to manage the debt swap initiative, which issues blue grants. To conclude, let me reiterate that we need a healthy ocean, that we need to work together to position the ocean at the heart of a transition to sustainable finance, that Africa's blue economy has untapped opportunities, and Seychelles is a pioneer in leading the way forward towards the development of a sustainable blue economy. We need strong partnerships. We need new financing mechanisms to move forward. I seize this opportunity to welcome you all to journey with us as we venture into the next frontier, the blue economy. I thank you all for your kind participation and leave you with our motto, our ocean, our future. I thank you.
Thank you, President Faure. Ambassador Thomson.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come to fully integrate the ocean into the global financial architecture, that we may ensure competitive returns on investment for business and society at large. Focus is now required on blue natural capital projects and the essential role international financial institutions must play in mainstreaming them. In consideration of motive for investment, we should remember that sustainability and resilience are universal elements. The tiny coronavirus has punished those who imagine that they could ignore the laws of nature. Whether it's concern for personal security or more altruistic concern for the security of the generations to come, social values are changing. As Mark Carney put it in his recent Wreath lectures, value must reflect values. Business exists in society and in economies that are now demanding greater attention to resilience and sustainability. And they are as exposed, businesses are as exposed to the principles of sustainability as any fish or phytoplankton. As I've already said, we're all connected. Therefore, the health of the ocean is a subject of direct relevance to business. Ladies and gentlemen, at the very heart of SDG 14 is the sustainable blue economy, an economy which contains all the elements of energy, health, and nutrition we require for the future security of humanity. And so rather than seeing this just through the lens of an economic imperative, I urge banks, insurers, and investors to think of the situation as an economic opportunity and to recognize the major role they can play in financing the transition to the sustainable blue economy. I'd like to conclude my remarks today by urging you all to take a good look at the 14 Sustainable Blue Economy Finance Principles. For applying them is the best path to ensure that ocean finance is always delivered with sustainability at its core, so that profitability goes hand in hand with environmental and social stewardship. Most of all, on behalf of the ocean's well-being, I call on all financial institutions to take a good look at how their decisions on funding impact upon the health of the ocean and what positive action they can take to halt the decline in the ocean's health, enjoy the benefits of the sustainable blue economy, and support SDG 14 to conserve and sustainably use the ocean's resources.
Thank you, Ambassador Thomson and President Faure. I would like to spend now a few minutes to share a few thoughts on the Western Indian Ocean in particular. It covers over 8% of the entire world's ocean surface, and it's home to about 240 million people in East Africa and large ocean nations like Seychelles, Mauritius, and Madagascar. By the end of the century, it's expected to be home to at least 1 billion people. The region is on the brink of transformational change, and the use of the ocean is expanding faster than at any other point in history. Ladies and gentlemen, a prosperous and resilient Western Indian Ocean is essential to ensure sustainable economic growth, to enhance food security, to strengthen resilience to climate change risks, and to conserve marine life and their habitats. With Seychelles, Maldives, and other nations engaged, together we are building the economic, political, and scientific case for a healthy, prosperous Indian Ocean. Led and chaired by President Faure, we are developing a new governance, financial, and scientific implementation framework within the Western Indian Ocean region to continue to support sustainable ocean development, with this being underpinned by science-based management and protection. We're working towards this strategy being ratified in 2023 with a specially convened summit under the Nairobi Convention. The Nairobi Convention is a partnership under the umbrella of the United Nations between governments, private sector, and civil society, focused on the Western Indian Ocean. There are 4 pillars of this new strategic framework: marine science, of course, finance and the blue economy, governance, and finally, marine protection and conservation. So focusing for a moment on finance and the blue economy, we will be developing a financial case and plan to invest in blue natural capital at a national and at a regional level. This will enable the region to build resilience to climate change and regenerate marine biodiversity in these areas, delivering a positive ROI for business, society, and the planet. Fisheries, aquaculture, mangrove and coastal restoration, renewable marine energy, sustainable marine tourism, and more are all blue natural capital projects, part of an emerging natural capital asset class for investors. Thank you very much. I would now like to bring President Faure and Ambassador Thomson back in for some questions, if I may. President Faure and Ambassador Thomson, are you okay for a few questions?
Yes.
Fantastic. President Faure, firstly, when working with other heads of state, particularly within the Western Indian Ocean region, what do they need specifically from the business and financial sectors to take the political leadership that is required to galvanize a prosperous and resilient ocean?
I think what is important in my discussions with the presidents from our region is a commitment that in order for us to understand what's happening within our waters, there has to be exploration. And these countries cannot do it on their own. Like Seychelles, we could not do it on our own. And the partnership that we have with Necton needs to be emulated. So speaking to them, there is the political commitment to move forward, but there is also the fear that who will come and support them. The scientists are ready. For example, here, Necton is ready with your collaboration with Oxford. But what is not needed is the financial means to also help you as an organization to carry out the scientific work within the oceans. So I think this is what is needed here.
Thank you, Mr. President. A final question. I know we're coming to an end of our 45 minutes. The final question really for Ambassador Thomson, if I may. We have the Ocean Super Year ahead, big decisions being made this year. What are this is a question from Colette Bennett, but I'm sure many of us also have it. What are those expected signs or what are you hoping for to see in real tangible progress this year?
I don't think there's any question that this is going to be a very important year for SDG 14, but it's all heading towards that big day in Lisbon when we really do get the assessment of where we're at in terms of both the sustainable blue economy and the SDG 14. But let me conclude my words by just bringing to everybody's attention this ocean decade, the decade of ocean science for sustainable development, which is now underway at the beginning of this month. And this is something that everybody should be involved in, big and small. So just a plug for them. And it's wide open to business to get involved in that decade. Thanks very much.